Okay. Good morning. Welcome to Trading with Goals. I hope you guys had a wonderful night. I didn't. All that going to swimming, I knew we were going to get sick. So Marie is not feeling well. But so far, the week, what you are anticipating to happen. So we are hoping for SPY, we were anticipating a bullish move, a bullish continuation, but it didn't happen on Monday. We got an inside bar. It didn't happen on Tuesday. We got another inside bar. So mostly when you get only two inside bars, you're trading the continuation, which is what we got yesterday. Now, yesterday I told you guys, I even wrote down and mentioned the stocks that are top 10 or the stocks to look for, the tech stocks, mostly tech stocks under the SPY fund. Okay. As you are trading SPY, you're also trading those stocks. It's because they're the ones that drive the fund to trend up or trend down. The same way when we are trading semiconductor stocks, we're looking at QQQ because they have the most, a big chunk of the percentage of the fund. So given the levels for SPY last month, I gave daily levels and I gave long-term. So we were still using those levels. SPY was meant to go to, I think, 500, then 502, and we haven't hit 500 yet. Okay. So as you guys know, there are some levels, those psychological levels that I talk about, that it's not a key level. It's just that many traders, when a stock hits those whole numbers with a zero at the end, they just take profit. So we are yet to see that 500. I thought it would happen yesterday, but it didn't. We still had some stocks not performing really well. We didn't have a lot of volume for some stocks despite them going up. So that could have made why we didn't have such a huge momentum like I had anticipated yesterday, but we still went up. We had a slow start. We woke up, it was up, okay? Then we had a shallow pullback, and I'd said if it stays above 494, get calls. And now we want to see if we're going to break that 500 today. We had a couple of stocks that had a good number of stocks that had low volume. SPY and QQQ, the volume went up. Okay. So when you're looking at, Kashiro asked me about AVGO, and I replied to her and told her, go look at the volume. Since when AVGO was trending, it was pushing volumes of over 3 million, 5 million, 6 million. There was a day it went to 11, or I don't know, 9 million or what. Then since towards the end of, is it November or January? The volume is just stagnating around 2. It's not going above 3 million. It's basing. It's I put consolidation in quotes. The volume is consolidating. So there's no way you can expect such a stock to break out when there's no volume. What makes the stock price go up is the volume. Okay. So if you have volume that is just going sideways, there's no way you can expect AVGO to move as SMCI. And that's why I tell you guys to look at volume. Do volume analysis every day. When a volume, and you can even see by the size of the candle, the range. So since, I think, Kashiro, what did I don't know from when, and almost the end of November. No, this was after earnings. It has just been, look at the candles, very dwarfy candles. We had small range here, but so far since then, the volume is not enough to make this stock move up. So if you're a person who's just trading and hoping and praying your favorite AVGO will do the same thing that it's been doing, and you're not looking at volume, then you'll be disappointed and you're missing out on stocks that are running on volume, SMCI, NVIDIA, even the volume for ASML is usually, for SML, I'm not surprised because it's never had, SML used to be like AVGO here in, not this, in this time. You see what AVGO used to do? People never used to trade AVGO until here, May. AVGO, nobody, look at this. It just used to go sideways. It went sideways for so long until we had these earnings. Kashiro, you can remember, is when now volume started picking up and everybody was talking about AVGO. Okay, so ASML is the same thing. I don't think there's a day ASML, the volume has gone above 3 million. LRCX also the same thing. So please understand these stocks and how their volume is so that you gauge your expectations. So AVGO, the reason why I've been telling you guys, don't have the same anticipation like what you're seeing with NVIDIA and SMCI is because of the volume, okay? Look at the last time, look, so it broke a rule here and then we came inside. So now I mentioned AVGO, look at it because it is at a well-placed, it has not broken a rule since this last time, January 25th. And then we had this pullback and then now it's been going up. So it has no, the volume went up slightly yesterday, but it has an inside bar and it hasn't broken a rule. So if we have any stock that wants to go up, we have room from where it is now, it can go to the upper band, the inner band, this level. So when you're looking at these levels for the Bollinger Band, this is the inner band level, so 1303. So it's at 12. Yesterday it went to 1265, or I don't know what was the high, 1268. I've given you guys 1268. Those levels I give you guys, they are mostly daily levels. If you see a stock hitting that level, that's where it was supposed to. What was it? 1258, 1258. I think that's the level I gave, 1258, or I don't know what. So those levels are supposed to be daily range. So if you see a stock is hitting that level and is struggling, just know it has done what it was supposed to do. Okay, so it hit 1257, pull back, and then now went back again to that 1258, the range I'd given. Okay, so if you see a stock has hit that level, it was meant to make that range for that day. Those levels I give are the range levels for the daily. So if you see a stock breaking it, use 30 levels and you're referring to either ATR levels or the target levels. Okay, so now that's the reason when you look at a stock on the daily and the candle is so dwarfy, very dwarfy, go look at the volume. It will tell you why. There's not enough volume to make this stock make the magic it was making here. Okay, so don't anticipate the same thing until you see one day here it's breaking a rule. You'll see maybe volume went up or something like that. So it has an inside bar and it hasn't broken a rule. The volume went up yesterday. Okay, now if you're picking your stocks to trade for the day, I want you to have a reason why it is your top stock to trade. Have a reason why you're looking at it. Have a reason why you're trading it. And we've seen again and again, low volume. There's always plays coming out of low volume. SPY and QQQ, they had low volume on Friday, low volume on Monday, and then low volume on Tuesday. Was it Friday or Monday and Tuesday? So it's been having low volume. And we finally got the move we were anticipating. It wasn't as much like I had as expected, but the volume went up. So every time you're doing that volume analysis, I told you guys it's a lot. So sometimes, like today, because Marie was not sleeping, I was able to look at the volume and I posted the list. But sometimes I'm so tired and I can't go through the whole list and post it. But make sure you're doing it every day. If you have teenagers, if you have grown kids, or if you have somebody you're working together with in a group, you can split. You look at semiconductors, you look at tech stocks, you look at biotech, you do this. And it makes it easier rather than depending on one person to do it. But trust you me, you will get especially when you have low volume and an inside bar, and most of the time they go hand in hand, low volume and an inside bar. Okay, so when you have that, you will be finding plays every day. So we have low volume, we have inside bar, we have stocks that the proximity to the previous close, especially stocks reporting earnings. And I'm really sorry, this week is just it's just been a tough, I don't know. I just thought I would not be here. So it's really tough. And all these things we had to do, too many activities for school. And now Marie's sick. So it's just been too much. I've been slacking on earnings this week. And I also think it's because most of the big stocks were reporting last week. So it's like a calm after a storm. We had a storm last week with all the giants reporting. So I haven't been so keen on what is happening this week. I just knew we have Lilly. I even forgot Spot. I knew we have Lilly and PH. I just stocks reporting Monday and Tuesday are not my favorite. That's why I say start looking at them the previous week so that you don't forget them. Now, yesterday when you guys told about Lilly, I looked at them, I posted the levels. I hope somebody caught it. The move was really nice. So for semiconductors, NVIDIA had low volume, SMCI low volume. And that's why anytime you're seeing and I'd mentioned these stocks were supposed to pull back fast. You buy, like SMC had said, buy the dip. Okay. So yeah, it broke this level. So SMCI is walking along the band. So this one, it rose inside. When it's breaking a rule, this is what you want for breaking a rule. Breaking a rule, breaking a rule, breaking a rule. But since it had this inside bar, it's just walking along the band. And when a stock is walking along the band, Donna, what is it a sign of?
When it's walking along the band, it's going up. It may come out of the band, but as soon as it comes out of the band, you look for it to pull back inside.
So it's a sign of what?
Strength.
Strength. Yes. It's a sign of strength. Yeah. So that's a stock you're watching because it can do what? Break out and go breaker rule. It's a sign of strength. So here you're counting days. It's just walking, walking, walking. It's a sign of strength. So it will pull back, higher, low, pull, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high. It's a sign of strength, especially when it's not breaking a rule. It's a sign of strength. So one of these days, you'll see this stock breaking a rule or pulling back to this level, and you say, this is so far. There's a huge range. Ugh. This is so far. We are like near 700 and this is 500, like 200 points away. So it's a sign of strength. Any stock that is walking along the band, whether it's a upper band or a lower band. Okay, so upper band, these are the stocks now. When you see this, you wake up. So here we had all these inside bars, and then finally we went up and it still didn't break a rule. Another inside bar, the same stock went up because it's walking along the band. It's a sign of strength. Okay, so good job, Donna. I knew you'd
I'm waiting for it to break the rule. It's taking too long.
It is.
It's testing my patience. It needs to do something today.
So you've been waiting. I'm really glad when people get it and they know what to watch out for. Okay, so such a stock you are watching it because it has strength. So you're waiting one day to just break a rule and go all the way to wherever place it wants to go. So that's really nice, Donna. Keep it up. Okay. So that's what the same thing for NVIDIA. Okay. So it's just walking. So here we broke a rule. We had this pullback here. And then now it's just walking along the band. We had this day, it was inside bars going sideways. Then you see, this is what happens when a stock is walking along the band. As long as it's not breaking a rule, you will get that one day when it went from 620 all the way to 671. And then you pull back higher low, the same thing. Like this, we had a pullback yesterday, but it was still a higher low and went up. We had like a double bottom, double top here, pull back higher low, went up like that. It is walking along the band. So one day you will have a breakout. So whenever you're looking for those stocks on the daily, if you want to see strength, you want to look at stocks walking along the band. So two things can happen. It will go breaking a rule. And when it breaks a rule, you see it break there's no way a stock just breaks a rule one day. It will break a rule one day, break again, up to 6 days. And then you see a pullback. So this is a sign of strength. Okay. And this one also has low volume. So these are good ones. Okay. So you still keep watching of them. So look at that and look at, okay, so LRCX also I think is walking along the band. No, you see, no, this one, you see what happened? Broke a rule. And then we had an inside bar, broke a rule again, broke a rule, and then now it's pulling back. So when it's pulling back, it's supposed to come back to this base, this 818. If it rejects it, then now it might go, you'll wake up one day, you see, this one you're also watching because it's either gonna break below this or it will go again. Look at the gap from here all the way to this upper band, 897, 911. So this one, you're also watching it. Okay, we had 3 lower lows. Then now it's going like sideways. Okay, so if we have semiconductors again doing their thing, you're looking at LRCX because it has a wide gap to fill all the way up here. And if it's breaking below 818, then you're trading puts. Okay, so who is when you're telling me post ER, tell me, don't just ask me, tell me you've looked at it and what you think, because that's a stock I don't know about it. So it means you looked at it, Kavi. So tell me about it. Okay, so LRCX, SML. Okay, so this one is walking. So we had breaking a rule. The next day broke a rule. Then we had an inside bar, and then another inside bar. So now it's just walking pole, slowly. So now you see from here, see the gap. So it's a 827. If it wants to go again up here, look at the gap to 985. If it's not going up to try and if it wants to go to jail for breaking a rule, it can pull back to this baseline, which is 833. So either way, you have room. So such stocks are the ones you're stalking every day. Unazi, what is talking in a good way? You're looking at them every day because they can surprise you. You wake up one day and this stock is up 50 points. You're like, whoa, how did I miss this? It's because you want to keep tab of this. Because anytime you're seeing a stock walking along the band, it is allowed to break a rule. Okay. Ambia, if you're Kavi, are you still working peke yako as a sole? Any person working, you're not in a group, find a group, please. Ask a friend to look for you. I'm not looking at it. You tell me why I'm looking at it. It's AI, I know. I know you're the one who introduced me to SMCI. You kept insisting SMCI until I was like, okay, fine, I'll start looking at it. I'm holding. Kavi, you're telling me to look at a stock which is $77. You can look at this even with your eyes closed. Where? These small ATR stocks, guys, they are the ones to practice with during doing analysis. Okay? Practice with those to do analysis. Donna says she has room. So if you're not in a room, Bobo, you are saying, you know, you're not in a room, in a group. Anybody who's not in a group, please find a group. It is so good to work in a group, and I've had very positive feedback. Unaniambia niangalie stock. That's any stock with a small ATR. Please practice with it. Do the analysis and then ask me to look at it. See, unaniambia naangalia stock ya $77. Yeah, it says SMCI, you saw how I jumped on it. Oh my God. Maybe this one will be another SMCI. Now you look at AMD when it was breaking a rule. Then we had a doji here. Then it broke above the doji, broke a rule. So anytime you see a stock breaking a rule, up to 6 days, it will have to take a break and then try again. But whenever you're seeing this, those people whose AMD is favorite, this can't go on for more than 6 days. It has to calm down, because that's not, what is it? It's breaking a rule. So when somebody is breaking a rule, you have to come back to be in compliance, okay? So when it's compliant, it has to come down to this baseline, and this is what it did. It came down to the baseline after it reported earnings. So this was the time to trade it. When this is happening, when you want those adrenaline rush, you're looking at it, any stock breaking a rule, you have up to 6 days of breaking a rule. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the 6th day, we had a doji, took a break, then started again, 1, 2. But already it has done more than 6 days. So this can't keep going on. So don't insist on such stocks and you're like, oh, it's my favorite, it's going to heaven. It is not going to happen, because it's done. You're only allowed to break a rule up to 6 days. If it is more than that, please just note it's going to come down. So if you're anticipating this to go to heaven for earnings, it wasn't supposed to, because it had done this for more than 6 days. It has to come back to the baseline, and then it will decide. So it has, AMD has low volume and has an inside bar, okay? So it has to come back to the base. So it came back to the baseline. So now we want to see if it's not gonna stay above 166. So we have now this one, we have a wide gap. It can fill this gap. So this one is also a potential to look at it, because it can fill this gap to go to 186. It's at 166, so that's like 20 points. If it wants to go fill this gap and go back to the band and try to break the rule again. If not, then this is it has to be below 166, you're looking at 145. So when you are these stocks that you're anticipating some move to happen, and we look at, okay, so an example like PanW, the tech stocks that we were looking at yesterday. So yesterday was day for tech stocks. That's why I didn't even focus so much on semiconductor. Now you're seeing this one. So you're looking at such a stock. It was breaking a rule here. So it did 1, 2, 3, 4, and then took a break here. Here it started being compliant, and then it was just going sideways. Now, what do we know about consolidation? What happens after consolidation? Who else is here? Charity, I know you are driving. What happens after consolidation? What is expected after consolidation?
Breakout.
Breakout. So such a stock should be in your watch list. So when you're looking for tech stocks, when we were saying SPY, suppose something is coming, it's you, me, and I, and SPY and SPX, it's tech stocks. You go look at which ones either had broken a rule and they're walking along the band, or they're going sideways because it's supposed to break out or break down. But because you're supposed to be bullish, you're looking for breakout. Now look at the gap. So it was supposed to be 335 to 355, 360. So that's like 25 points. So this is how you find those plays before they happen. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. On day 12, something always happens, guys. You have to work as a group. There's no way Virginia can go through all these stocks and find all these things. Me, I know I just told you guys something is going to happen with SPY. Look at tech stocks. So it's for you to go and find those nitty gritties with tech stocks. So this one was a potential because it was a boiling pot. Inachemka na imebusa, imenyamaza huko ndani. You're waiting for that bubble. This is the bubble. Now compare that with the DBE. What can you say about this one? You want how to find those plays. So anybody, if you are looking at these stocks, let's say you're going through the tech stocks, who's looking at the chart? I want somebody who's looking at the chart. Atis, are you looking at the chart? I want you guys to know how to find those days you're anticipating something. You know how to find the potential stocks, not just looking at everything. You can do elimination. Don, are you looking at the chart? Atisa Ongeangi. Don, are you looking at the chart? Anyone who's not at work? Shirt. Jameni, Atis wanje unaniambia pako. We, usinianze. Hey, who's looking at these ADB charts?
I was just correcting my spelling, Mama.
Oh, I thought you were telling me I'm your own pronunciation.
No. I had said the first Tapo Junko, I typed it as chat. Too many chart. Chart.
Uko job. Who's looking? T, were you the one speaking? Who's looking at the chart? I want somebody to just see what I'm seeing.
I'm looking at it.
Now, when you're looking at it, if you're going through strokes, let's say you're looking at ADB, this is how it looks like. We saw Pan W, it was going sideways. Then we look at SNO. Okay, those stocks that have been trending. So those three charts, you're looking at ADB, SNO, and Pan W. And I'm going to add something else. So this one, SNO, it broke a rule. We had an inside bar. And then, so you're looking, let's say it was yesterday, you're picking your top trades. So you had SNO, ADB, Pan W. Let's look at 5. ZS. Okay, you have ZS. So ZS, it had broke a rule here. It was consolidating, then pulled back, and then we had an inside bar. And then the last one, Microsoft. So Microsoft, this one broke a rule here. It was walking along the band. Then it's been going sideways. We had this indecision, tons of inside bars. Those charts we've looked at, ZS, SNO, Pan W, ADB, and Microsoft. Which one would you go by as your top 3? And why?
All right, so Microsoft is consolidated. Pan W already broke out, so that might be in the list.
We are talking about this is what you would have been doing yesterday, on Tuesday before the market opened. So you are picking your top trade. What would you be looking at? This has not happened. Let's assume this has not happened.
Okay, so I wouldn't have picked, I guess I wouldn't have picked that one because on the daily is not really moving too much. It's kind of just bouncing around day 4 of the inside bar. So I probably wouldn't pick that one. Pan W, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Pan W would have been on it because it was day 11. It broke out on day 12.
No, the breaking out has not happened. We are talking
No,
about
no. What I'm saying is, if Pan W had 11 inside bars. So
okay. Yes.
if you're going on the, what'd you say, every 3?
Every
Okay.
multiple of 3. Yes.
All right. So that broke out on day 12.
Uh-huh.
So that would have been on the list.
Mm-hmm.
ADBP. It wasn't really doing anything.
Right. That's what I want to hear. It wasn't doing much. It is not decided where it wants to go. So would you put it at the top of your trades?
No, Pan W would have been.
Right. So this one, the reason we had it all that we know it was bearish and it's been going up. And when you look at this chart, so it had breaking a rule here, then it pulled back, then went lower high and inside bar, then broke it's not even breaking a rule, it's just inside. This is not breaking out, and then it's not breaking out here. So it's been having opportunity to break a rule, but it's not. And then every time it does that, it has inside bars following it. Then here we have a double bottom, another inside bar, and then we had it pull back. Okay, so this one, I would not have put it at the top. It would have been, yes, good. Maybe you think it can go back. If it's going back, let's say from 604, it can go back to 627, but I will not have put it at my top of my trades. Okay, because it is going sideways and it's not decided. It's not anything specific that will make me think, oh, it's gonna break out. Okay. What was the other one? Snow?
No. Well, I had ZS up. I'll put up Snow.
Why?
So Snow was, I've broken out of sort of consolidation. It had 2, like almost had an inside bar on the 31st. I mean on the 1st, and then it broke out on. So that had been on the that would have been at the top, since it broke out at the inside bar on the 2nd.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
we had another high on the 5th.
Yeah.
Inside bar. So you might put Snow along there.
Right.
Right. So that would have been Snow.
Because Snow was after all these indecisions of this phase here, it made a decision here, went up, broke out. Okay, so it had this, after it did this, we had this inside bar, it broke out. So it had a change of character. And we know what happens when you have a change of character, you want to look at that stock the next day. So in the next day, it barely broke. Yes, it did a higher high. And then we had an inside bar, which is what we look for a stock to break out, then give you an inside bar. We know it can give you 2 inside bars. So this was a good play because you're thinking it has an inside bar. It can go to break this level. So now we are still looking at Snow. Why? Because it has low volume and it has another inside bar. So when you go to a lower time frame, so it went from 212, not much, but it would have been a good play based on the analysis from this day when it had an inside bar and it also had low volume, and then you're thinking it's gonna break out. So it didn't do much, but it went from 212 to 219. So you have to have top 3, your first one, your second one, and your third one. Out of those 3, you want to go now with the one that is now giving you the first hour. The first hour. So the first hour. Okay, so the first hour should give you an indication where that stock, if it breaks the previous day high, it is telling you it wants to go up. Okay, So you look at ADB.
Excuse me, Virginia, I have a question.
Yes.
So for one inside bar, it would be related to the trend, but what if it has two inside bars?
So we know a stock can break out after a breakout for whatever number of days. Which stock are you talking about?
None specifically.
So let's
Just
go
for
by. So let's go by SPY. We were anticipating SPY to break out. So it gave us the first. It had low volume. Okay. So the first criteria, that stock has to break out. Okay. You can see a stock breaking out for a couple of days and then it creates an inside bar. Okay. So an inside bar means it's a kind of also like an indecision. No one, if you look at this candle, nobody even tried to take this price down. It just opened a higher low, but it didn't go to the previous high. Okay, so it's telling you there is a good thing we might have. The conclusion usually we go by with is to go with the trend. And what is the trend we are on? Is the bullish trend. So you're giving it up to 2 inside bars. That's what I've always said, at least 2 inside bars. Sometimes you can see a stock go even to 3, but more than 3, it starts becoming weak. We after 2 inside bars, we are anticipating continuation of the trend. But when it becomes more than 3 inside bars, it can be either way. It can either go up or pull back. Okay. So when you have inside bars becoming more and more, it makes that trend start to dilute. Okay. I don't know where. Now you're seeing this one. I don't know if this is a good example. The more a stock is going sideways and creating inside bars, the weaker it becomes. Okay, so you now are not just looking at continuation of the trend, you're looking at a possible pullback. Does that make sense, Donna?
Yes, it does.
You only need minimum. At least if it gives you 1 inside bar and the next day it's going, then that's a strong. It doesn't want nothing to do with indecision. It knows what it wants to do. If it gives you 1 inside bar and then a second inside bar, that's okay. Then you are going to get that continuation. But anything more than 3 inside bars, it makes that's what you're seeing with Pan W. Then the indecision continues and continues and continues. And now you're seeing here, we were just, it never, since we had, now you're seeing this one, this is another example, just 1 inside bar. So we had this stock, it's making a range, and then a constriction. So the market is not decided, do we want this to go on or go up, but always go with the trend. Then it went up, then another inside bar, go with the trend. But when you have now here, let's say we had an inside bar here, and then a second inside bar, and you're saying, we're looking at it on Thursday, 25th, to see if it will continue. If it continues more than 3 inside bars, just know it has to pull back before it makes a decision to continue up. It is making this strength become weaker and weaker the more it is consolidating. Why is that? Because consolidation, especially at at resistance, what do we call it? What are these big money people doing when a stock is consolidating at resistance? Who's here? Today is a question and answer, because I want you guys to be asking yourselves this question. Kashiro, are you looking at the chart? When a stock is consolidating for over 6 days, 9 days, 21 days, what is happening? At resistance, what do we call it? We have consolidation at support and consolidation at resistance. Either somebody is buying or selling. What do we call it? Anybody else?
I can guess, maybe
Yeah,
the
don't
inside
guess.
trading.
Well, oh my goodness. Why are you guessing and you should know? I've said
That's why I'm
they are
asking
doing
questions.
they are doing something. So they are either selling or buying. What do we call it? At when there's consolidation at resistance, what do we call it? Nobody knows here. Accumulation. Thank you, Chep. It is called accumulation if there is consolidation at support. It means there's somebody buying, buying, buying. Or it is distribution when it is going sideways at resistance. They are selling, selling, selling without necessarily dropping the price. Now, when you have selling, two things can happen because if somebody is selling, there's somebody buying, right? When somebody is selling all these, somebody was selling, 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 selling without necessarily dropping the price of the stock. So they wait for this stock to slightly go up, sell, it comes down. That's why your trading is going in a range. Slightly go up, somebody's selling, it drops. Like that, somebody's selling. Now, two things can happen when you have accumulation and distribution. Either this stock will just drop after they're done selling, but in a market, you must have a buyer and a seller. So it means when they're selling, there's somebody buying. When a stock, there's a lot of volume, somebody is buying. What happens? You get a breakout. And that's why you put this stock at the top, because you are either going to get a breakout or a breakdown. But because we're anticipating tech stocks to go up, you're getting a breakout. Okay. So anytime you have consolidation, you're anticipating when a stock, you want to find that candle that breaks out or breaks down, because two things can happen. Either this stock will drop because that person has been selling, or that company or that fund or whatever, they've been doing, a stock is going sideways because there are big people who are offloading their shares. They're either selling or they're buying. So it's either somebody was buying here or somebody was selling. So it's called distribution and accumulation, Majamil. Okay, so these are the things you put at the top. Any stock that is doing a sideways thing, it is consolidating. Okay, ZS was doing the same thing. So you're seeing here, Donna, it was going up, and then we had this doji, then it's going in a range. It's neither breaking this top of here or this bottom here. It becomes weaker. So sometimes you will see it pull back. If it rejects support, then you see another inside bar here telling you don't know, it can go up or go down because this stock was going sideways. It's always making that stock weak. But if you get a pullback fast and it rejects the previous support, like this one, this support here. So it's telling you it wants to go back up. And this is another play you would have gotten, 234, it went to 245. So you want these things going sideways. Without this, I know you people want rush, rush, rush. But where is the money? This is where the money is. Yeah. What happened to my watch list? Now look at crowd, another one. It was just going sideways, 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 sideways. So from here, ranging, we had this. Now you see this one inside bar, then it broke this, then another inside bar, then it went up. Okay, then now you would think, oh, okay, let me see. But as more it consolidates, the more juicier it will become. A good move is gonna come out of it. So this would have also been a good play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Day 10, we got the breakout. So any of those stocks that were boring, you guys were going for high stock. These boring ones, that's where the money was. This stock. So this one also was going kind of, so we had this and then change of character inside bar, broke, change of character, then it's going sideways. and then a doji here. So this had a doji. The minute it was above, the close and the open were the same. So this was also a good play because of this. The minute it broke above the open, this level, you're trading calls. Well, that's talk. I don't know. I don't just. Now, do you see why I keep telling you guys to look at Netflix every day? Where are we going? Which side are we going? Something is cooking. Since 29th, we've not even gone close to 578, not gone close to 551. So the other day we hit 554. Okay, so we are going sideways. You start counting those days. Something is coming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 days we're just going sideways. Something is brewing. So you keep looking at, so this one, you want something, anything that is longer than 6 days would be your number one. And that's why Pan W would have been on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Anything more than 9 days, that's your number one. Anything that is still less than 6 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yesterday was day 6. You want more than 6 days, more than 9 days. Tuko pamoja. That's how you find those plays. Whenever we're anticipating some move, that's how you go hunting. So now these semiconductors, these are strong stocks, same SMCI and NVIDIA. Now this one, MDB, okay. So here we had this breakout, then inside bar. Donna, you're seeing after 2 inside bars and you're not getting nothing, you'll always find that stock pulling back. If it's rejecting the previous support, like here, this doji, this was our support, 384. If it's rejecting support, now it's telling you it wants to go back up. Now it went up, it did not break this. What did we get? Another, somebody would think change of character. But as long as that change of character is rejected, always have a point of reference. So this is your point of reference, 384. So here, anytime you're seeing a stock going sideways, breaking has a change of character on the bearish side, change of character on the bullish side, this is a stock that it is telling you, I don't know which side I want to go, but just always go with the trend. What is the trend? It was on bullish. Always go with the trend until otherwise, until it breaks that support. So here, had a change of character from this candle, then an inside bar. Then finally, it made up its mind. Why? Because it broke this. So this was also a good play. Why? We had this after a change of character, Donna, because now you're the most active student. How many days should you look at that stock after change of character?
The next day.
Well, not the next day, but don't miss trading the next day. But after the next day, how many more days?
You do a multiple of 3s.
3s. So after change of character, you don't want to miss this day. So this is the day it went from 416 all the way to 456 because you don't want to miss the day after. But after it's done this, now you're looking for at least 3 days to 6 days. So it had an inside bar telling you, look at me. And this was still also a good play yesterday. So that's how you pick on those stocks. So if we know it's tech, today is tech stocks, go through all those tech stocks. If you're working in a group, the better, because you can see what Donna is seeing, somebody else will see something else, and then like that, and then you work together. But if it's one person, sometimes you're not objective, you're going with emotions, or you're going with the stocks you were in love with, and you're still sticking to them, even when that stock is telling you, no, it's not my day, you're still sticking to them. Okay? So you can see how Netflix is still, it wasn't that, I'm still timing it. So after these 2 inside bars, we didn't get a move here. It is becoming weaker and weaker. That's why we're seeing it. It broke this support, you know, it's going sideways. So keep counting those days. Come. Okay, even Apple looks better. Look at this, beautiful. So you want three higher highs. ADSK, another one. Where was it going? Sideways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I know you guys don't like this, but that's where the money is. Okay. So I know these reported here. You're seeing CRM, that's why you didn't get any good move out of it. Come. Good morning. So use elimination and ranking your stocks. You rank this at the top, this one at the bottom, like that.
Question. I have a question.
Yes.
So with CRM on your screen right now,
Mm-hmm.
that last bar just barely broke out of the consolidation range. So would that be, yeah, like it looks like it just beat the top of it.
Yeah, almost like a double top here from this range bar.
Right, but yeah, I blew it up on my screen. It's like a little above it. So would that be considered something to look at since it kind of broke out of our range?
So we want this you can clear. So this, what was the level? This was 30th.
280.
What was the level? So we have 30th. And what was the high yesterday?
289. 289.80.
Now you see it's like hitting this. So you see here 289, 289. So it's having trouble. I think I'd mentioned this 289, 290, just barely. Oh, it has broken it. So look at this. Look at CRM today. Okay. So it has finally broken. You see how many days? Now, if your see stock is doing, you can count these days and you can see. So this is day. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 days. Then you start again. 1, 2. Okay. Mostly you will see a stock struggling to break this multiple of 3. Those 6 days. 3, 3, 6 days. So it was trying to break that level for 6 days. Oh, money. We are heavy. Okay, so look at it today because it has finally broken that level, the 290. Ugh. So this is a good one. Why? If it decides to break out, it can go break a rule. It's been behaving, no, it's been going sideways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. From this range, it's just been going sideways for 12 days. As much as we had this move, it's just been going sideways. Neither finally broke that range, I think, these 2 days, and then still going sideways. So if it breaks a rule, it has hit that 292. So we want it to break a rule above 295. So this one, when you see those stocks that are safe, they are neither up here, they are neither touching the base. You're looking at both ways. It can go break a rule, or it can pull back to this 278. Okay. Now, which stocks was I supposed to talk about today? Lilian Anyone do Lillian yesterday? I felt so bad. I don't know why I thought Lily was reporting Friday pre-market. I usually thought it reports Friday pre-market. You're fine. So Lily, MSTR, they are all still continuing up. MSTR, please look at it, because the moment you see Bitcoin starting have momentum, they just go crazy. They can take it back to, you see, we were up here, we came to the lower Bollinger Band. Okay, we went back to this, and then now it has started, it's above 509. I'd said look for 5 or what. Yesterday it looked like it had a small range, and then it is up pre-market. Okay, the range, you can see the range I gave yesterday. I was even surprised. I'm like, that's the range post-ER. I was shocked. It didn't look like it was going to do so much yesterday. 514. It didn't even hit that 514 until after market close. Okay, so this is post-ER. When you have momentum with a Bitcoin, you will see it going. Also look at Tesla. It's supposed to create 3 higher highs. So far we have 2. I'd mentioned this. I said it's supposed to create 3 higher highs. I don't know if anyone looked at it yesterday. Okay, so Tesla, when it's below 212, it's very weak. It will not give you those same moves, but we have the base here, 200. So it can go back to this 200. We want it above 200. Below it, it sucks. Okay, you see here, walking. So this was a strong bearish trend. Walk. Didn't even break a rule when it reported here. Okay, then it tried here, didn't do much. Then we had continuation. And then now we have a change of character. We had a change of character yesterday. Pole, mommy. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. So we had a change of character yesterday. So look at that. And also Chinese stocks. Baba had said it's bearish, and yesterday I told you guys it's bearish as long as it's still all these stocks. Ugh, it has an inside bar also. Baba is never good. Always remember, Baba is never good for gambling. Always wait post here. Okay. And yesterday, I'm sorry. Yeah. That's sad. Any questions? So we're still looking at semiconductors because most of them have low volume. PayPal, I think, reported here. I'm sorry. Okay, 1 minute, I'm almost done. PayPal reported here. I never gamble PayPal. I'll never gamble PayPal. So disappointing sometimes. I saw people who had calls, they were happy when it went to 69. Then when you see this rejection, this one we played, look at it post here. It has never, ever since they killed this stock, look at it. Just no earnings ever doing anything. I don't even know why people bother with it. Okay. McDonald, I told you guys, the minute it was just supposed to go to 302. You see how it finally broke a rule. It's not used to breaking a rule. Look at it. Just walk. Tried here, nothing. Broke a rule 2 days, and then it just rushed back because so this was a good play for the pullback. From 302, it's down to 282, and it has an inside bar. Okay, so McDonald, I don't know which stocks. I've forgotten which stocks I was supposed to talk about today. Oh, we're still looking at GS. Just know, I told you guys, there's no way the market can be strong and you see financial stocks at it trending up. They can't compete. One has to give the other room. And do you see why? We are still going sideways. We are still squeezing. The move is coming. And I think when the move comes, you guys won't be happy. Okay. So still look at it every day because it's squeezing. Any stock squeezing, you're looking at it every day. So we want it to break out of 393 or break below 370. It has a very strong support at 373. So it's squeezing on the daily. It means one day the rug will be pulled and you guys will be, oh, I have calls, my calls are now negative. So keep watch of that. Just keep watch of it because there's no way you can have financials and when the market is strong and you see financials trending up. I don't know who came up with that system. Doesn't do that. So it's still squeezing. BA, the same sector, energy stocks, airlines, you can't have them. So don't expect a BA to be over. BA, so financials, energy stocks, and airlines. So just wait, you'll see. The rug will be pulled down on all of us. So this one has had a change of character. Now you see why you're supposed to look at PDD yesterday. It had a change of character on Tuesday. And this is why it was kind of breaking out yesterday. So you don't want to miss the trading the day after. I know it's not a big move. It needs to be above 139. As long as it's below 139, you're still looking at puts. Okay. So QQQ hit our 432. But now with all these semiconductor stocks, low volume, so we are watching today to see are we gonna get, so it's hit our 432. That was the target level from 425 to 432. Okay. Yeah, let's go. Anyway, I'm done. So those are the things to watch for. If you're putting your stocks in, list your stocks in matter of top priority, you grade them. The way we grade cows in Kenya, grade your stocks. This is grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. And you use those reasons we just talked about. Donna, sign us off. You are the best student today.
Well, we'll see later after the market opens. But guys, let's go make some money and have a good trading day, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. And take in your knowledge. Suck it up.
Yeah.